Hey guys, it's Lori. I know there's a glare behind me. That's okay. I don't have any makeup on today, so there you go. I got a craft project for you today, and it's pretty quick and easy, and it is made with Dollar Tree supplies for the most part, except for maybe the screws and a little cup hook that I used. So let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I did was I took 2 of these wooden signs or plaques or whatever you want to call them from the Dollar Tree. And if you can see this, I use this to stir my paint with. But I took 2 of these, sanded the words off a little bit, and I painted them white with this. It's actually the plaster Waverly chalk paint. I painted them with that. And I could have just used the back side, but let me show you this one, because this is the one I tried to pick the sticker off of, and it's just leaving residue, and I would have had to sand it anyways, so forget it. I just used this side, and they're all painted white. And then let me show you the next step. Next, I have a little bit of the black acrylic paint. It's this apple barrel black right here, and a little piece of a cloth that I dampened the cloth a little bit. I don't know if you need to or not, but I did. This is what I came up with for one of them right here, and this is what I came up with for the other one. I actually really like this one better, so I'm going to paint back over this one and do it over. Next, I have 4 of these jumbo pencil cups from the Dollar Tree. They might not have the jumbo ones anymore. If they don't, you can always use the regular sized ones, or you can use little buckets or cups or whatever you want to use. But I'm going to get these tags cut off and I'll be back. Okay, so first I just need 1 board, and I think I'm going to use this one. I'll tell you why in a minute, but I just need 1 board and 3 of the pencil cups, and it's going to be real simple. All I'm going to do is attach them to the board. Now I'm going to use my drill, but you could just use cup hooks and put those in there and hang them on like that. Or if you're going to use pails, little buckets or whatever, you could just do it like that. Now the first thing I'm going to do though is kind of lay them out, figure out where I want them, and mark it. I'm not going to measure because I'm just going to eyeball it. You can measure if you want to be more accurate about it, but I'm really just going to eyeball it. So here we go. And let me see. Okay, let me just darken my circles up a little bit so I can actually see them. To look at the little dots, they look pretty even, so I'm happy with it as far as the placement. Let's get started. And I'm just using my short little drywall screws. I don't remember the length, but I checked to make sure they're not going to go through the board before I start. So, and they are not. Okay, and if you want to, you can drill a pilot hole. I'm not going to do that for this particular project, but you could if you wanted to. All right, here we go. And if you're super talented like me, you'll fling it around and fling one of your pencil cups clear across the room. I'll be back. Okay. That was fun. All right. Just run it in like that. Okay. Here we go. Okay. This is what I ended up with for this one. Now, before you do this part, you might want to put whatever you're going to use to hang it with on the back. I have these little sawtooth hangers that I'm probably going to tap into it, but I'm not entirely sure yet if that's what I want to do. You'd be better off to do it before you attach your cups, but like I said, I'm not exactly sure what I want to use for mine yet. I might use those, or you could use this picture hanging kit from the Dollar Tree. It's got all kinds of things in it that you could use. You could even screw these like into the top right here and then hang it with a piece of wire, or you could just hang it right on this with some screws, or you could drill some holes in it and just screw it directly to the wall if you wanted to do it that way. So there's different ways that you can hang this up. I'm just not sure how I want to do mine yet. So that's the reason I did not put my sawtooth hangers on yet, but it won't be hard at all to tap these in. They tap in really easy. They're pretty sharp, and I apologize. I have no idea where I got these from, but I have tons of them on hand. So there's those. Okay, now for the next one. The reason that I picked this one for my second project is because I don't love the end of it necessarily. So let me show you what I'm doing with this one. This one is gonna have one cup on it, and it's gonna be right here in the middle. So, or about in the middle. Let me show you in just a sec here exactly where I'm gonna place that cup. I used this foam board that I already had used it for a different project, but I went ahead and used a piece from the end, which is right here, and I did go ahead and finish off the sides with some black acrylic paint just so that it wasn't white. Let me show you how I did that. That way it'll give you a look at what it looked like before. Okay, so I'm gonna put this right here and I'm gonna glue that on, and then I'm gonna put this little piece of cork sheet that I had left over from a different project right here. Whoops, sorry, I bumped the tripod. But I'm gonna put that right there. Then this is gonna go here, and over here on this end, I'm gonna have a hook. So there's gonna be a couple of different organizers that I'm gonna be able to hang beside my desk if I ever get my desk put in the room that I want it in. Okay, so like I said, my area to actually put this in isn't ready yet, so I'm gonna make do, and I'm just gonna show it to you just like this. So this is the finished product, pretty much, except for the hangers on the back. You could put anything you want to store in those cups, paintbrushes, you know, whatever. You can use it in the kitchen for utensils, whatever you'd like. I think it's cool. I like it a lot. Let me show you the next one. Now this one's not gonna stand up the same way, but hopefully you can see this.